George Washington, our very first president, died at age 67 from epileptitis. He died on December 14th, 1799. John Adams, the second president, died from heart failure on July 4th, 1826, at the age of 90. His death occurred on the 50th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. The cause of Thomas Jefferson's death was caused by kidney failure and old age. He died on July 4th, 1826, the same exact day, just a couple hours before John Adams at 83. James Madison died of heart failure, and he died at age 85 on June 28th, 1836. President James Monroe died at the age of 83 on July 4th, 1831, from heart failure. John Quincy Adams died from a stroke on February 21st, 1848, in the U.S. House of Representatives. Andrew Jackson died in 1845 from heart failure at the age of 78. Martin Van Buren died at the age of 79 in 1862 from heart failure during the Civil War. William Henry Harrison, at the age of 68, only 32 days in office, in 1841, died of pneumonia after giving a long speech. John Tyler, at the age of 71 in 1862, died of a stroke when he was about to serve for the Confederacy. James K. Polk died of cholera at the age of 54 in 1849, 3 months after leaving office. In 1850, President Zachary Taylor died at the age of 65 from eating raw cherries and milk and catched cholera. Millard Fillmore died in 1874 from a stroke he suffered in February, which he died in Buffalo, New York in March. Franklin Pierce was an alcoholic. On October 8th, 1869, he died of liver failure at his home. James Buchanan died from respiratory failure, and he was one of the worst presidents in American history. Abraham Lincoln, in 1865, was assassinated by Confederacy sympathizer and American actor John Wilkes Booth, shot in the back of the head at the age of 56. In 1886, Chester A. Arthur died of Bright's disease. Grover Cleveland, the 22nd and 23rd president, died of a heart attack in 1908. Benjamin Harrison died at the age of 67 in 1901 from pneumonia, just like his grandfather, William Henry Harrison. On September 9th, 1901, President William McKinley was assassinated by Leon Chogsworth and died from infections. Theodore Roosevelt died in 1919 from a blood clot in his heart. William Howard Taft, the biggest man in office. In 1930, he died from heart complications in his Washington, D.C. home at the age of 67. In 1924, Woodrow Wilson died from a stroke and heart complications. Warren G. Harding died from an unexpected heart attack at the age of 57 in 1923. In 1933, Calvin Coolidge died of a heart attack. In 1964, at the age of 90, Herbert Hoover died from internal bleeding. In 1945, close to the end of World War II, Franklin D. Roosevelt, the president for 12 years, died of a stroke. At the age of 88, Harry S. Truman died at Research Hospital in 1972 of organ failure. Dwight D. Eisenhower died from a heart attack in 1969 at the age of 78. On November 22, 1963, President John F. Kennedy was riding his 1961 Lincoln convertible through Dallas, Texas Plaza and the book depository. There was a man named Lee Harvey Oswald which shot him in the head, killing him the next morning. On January 22, 1973, Lyndon B. Johnson died from a major heart attack. In April of 1994, Richard Nixon suffered a stroke. Gerald R. Fuld died because heroin affected his brain and body. Jimmy Carter, at the age of 100, died of heart failure in 2024. At the age of 93, Ronald Reagan died from pneumonia. George H.W. Bush, the father of George W. Bush, died of Parkinson's disease at the age of 93.